Hello students, in this video I'll be teaching you integers, and this is the first part of the integers, which includes addition, subtraction and some introduction part. There will be a second video which you will get in the coming week. There are some questions which are given in this PPT which you have to do in your maths notebook and try to finish it before the second part of the video that you will get in the coming week.
So today we'll begin with the chapter integers. This chapter you have already studied in class 5. Now we'll be doing the same chapter but with some more added concepts. Before we proceed, let us just recap what we have already studied about integers. The contents which we are going to cover are integers, the definition, the explanation, types of integers, integers on number line, comparing integers, absolute value, addition of integers, properties of addition of integers, subtraction of integers using number line, successor and predecessor, and addition and subtraction of 3 or more integers. Let us begin with the chapter now. Before we proceed, we should know what natural numbers and whole numbers are. Natural numbers are the numbers which starts from 1, that is 1, 2, 3 and so on. When we add 0 to it, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it becomes whole number. So when we add 0 to natural number, it becomes whole number. When we add negative numbers to the whole numbers, it becomes integers. So natural numbers starts with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Whole number starts with 0, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And integers includes 0, 1, 2, 3 and along with that the negative integers, the negative numbers, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. An integer is defined as a number with no fractional part, so we can count forward as well as backward using integers. We don't have fractions in integers. Either it is a positive integer or it's a negative integer or it's a 0, but it has no fractional part, which means we can count it forward, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and backwards, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. Now, why do we need integers? What is the importance of this lesson? How do we use integers in our daily lives? Let us see some examples. This picture shows saving of money. How is integers related to this? Checking accounts. When you put something in your account, that is a plus. You're adding something in your account. But when you withdraw something from your account, that is minus. For example, you are depositing 100 rupees in your account. So it will be written as plus 100. If you are taking out 50 rupees, if you are withdrawing 50 rupees from your account, it will be written as minus 50. So we used here integers plus 100 and minus 50. This shows a girl running, or so how is integers related to this? Healthy life, healthy lifestyle. So when you're jogging in the morning, you burn calories. That is, there is a minus in the calories. But if you do not jog, you eat and you stay at home, you add calories. So it's a positive integer. Next, this shows a bar graph. How is it related to integers? That is, it is used in business. If there's a profit in certain year, it will be counted as positive. And if the company is incurring loss in some year, it will be considered as negative. So we use positive and negative integers in business as well. Now, types of integers. Just now I explained integers are of two types. The first is positive integers, which includes positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. We usually do not write +1, +2. We write 1, 2, 3, 4. And if there is no sign, that means it's a positive number. Next is negative integer. Negative integers includes -1, -2, -3 and so on. But we have 0 in between. We should know 0 is neither a positive nor a negative integer. After this much, I hope you understood what are positive and what are negative integers. Let us check. Rise. Rise in something can be considered as positive. Drop in something can be negative. Low means negative. Better, if there is something better, it will be considered as positive. If there is an increase in something, it will be positive. Next is number line. You can see the number line. On the left hand side we have negative integers. On the right hand side we have positive integers, and in between we have 0, which is termed as a start, and it is neutral. It is neither negative nor positive. When we go on the left hand side of 0, those numbers are negative integers, and if we move right of the 0, it will be positive integers. A line on which numbers are marked at intervals used to illustrate simple numerical operation is called a number line. Comparing integers. Any number to the left of 0 gets smaller and smaller as you move to the left. So, if the numbers are negative, the bigger number is the one closer to 0. Though the numerical value of 3 is greater than 1, but because -1 is closer to 0 as compared to -3, that is why -1 is greater than -3. You can compare 3 and -2 now. 3 is a positive integer, whereas -2 is a negative integer. So 3 is greater than -2. Now there are two negative numbers, -4 and -1. You can see -1 is closer to 0 as compared to -4. That is why -1 is greater than -4. Which integers lies between -6 and 4? How will you find out? You can see -6 is here and 4 is here. So the numbers between -6 and 4 are -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Which number will we reach if we move 5 units to the right of -2? So -2 is here and we have to move 5 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we'll move 5 units to the right, we will reach 3. So the answer will be 3. Next is absolute value. Absolute value of an integer is its distance from 0 in a number line. It is the numerical value regardless of its sign. Absolute value is always non-negative. So, absolute value of -6 is 6 and the absolute value of 6 is also 6. That means we do not consider the sign but we only see the numerical value. No matter it is -8 or -1000, the absolute value will be a non-negative number, that is 8 and 1000. Now, One thing you should know is an absolute value is denoted with two lines. You can see here 1000 is written in absolute value and 8 is written as absolute value. So it is written like this. Next is adding integers using a number line and using absolute value. So when we add integers, there are basically two methods. The first is using a number line and the second one is using the absolute value. We discussed about number line, which looks like this, and we discussed about absolute value, which is denoted with two vertical lines. So using a number line, one thing you have to remember is numbers on the left hand side of 0 are negative integers and numbers on the right hand side of 0 are the positive integers. The first concept is addition using number line. To add a positive number, that is, when we are adding a positive number with a number, we have to move to the right of the number line. So, this is minus 6, but we are adding a positive integer, that is plus 5. So, what we have to do, we have to move to the right of the number line. First, we will put our pencil on minus 6. Then, it is written plus 5. So, we will move to the right hand side of minus 6 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And the answer is minus 1. But if we add a negative integer like minus 1 plus, we are adding minus 6. We have to move to the left of the number line. So we'll start from minus 1 and we'll jump 6 times and we'll reach minus 7. So minus 1 plus minus 6 is minus 7. Let us try some examples now.
So addition using number line. The first case is adding positive integers. We know that when we are adding positive integers, we have to move to the right. So let us see some examples. For example, the first question is minus 5 plus 3. We can see we are adding two numbers. Though 5 is a minus integer, a negative integer, but we are adding both the numbers. So when we are adding positive integer, we move to the right of the number line. So we'll make a number line. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and minus 5. Now you can see the question starts with minus 5. So we will start from minus 5. After that it is written plus 3. So plus means we have to move to the right. So we will jump 3 times towards the right. 1, 2 and 3. So the answer is minus 2. Same way, we'll take one more example. The question is minus 7 plus 9. Again, we'll make a number line. One, 2, 3, 4. These are the positive integers. And these are negative integers. Now we'll see what the question says. Question starts with minus 7, so we'll start from minus 7. Then it is written plus 9. That means we are adding a positive integer, so we have to move to the right of the number line. Plus 9 means we have to jump 9 times towards the right. So let us start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So we jumped on the right, towards the right of the number line and we reached 2. So the answer will be 2. So you have to remember that when we are adding positive integers, we have to move to the right. Now the next case is when we are adding negative integer minus, that is when we are adding negative integer, we move to the left. Let us see two examples. 5 plus minus 3. Here we are adding a negative integer. So let us make a number line. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So the question starts from 5. As there is no sign here, that means it's a positive 5, that is a plus 5. So we'll start from here, and it is written plus minus 3. Because we are adding a negative integer, so we'll move to the left of the number line 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. So the number we reached is 2. So the answer will be 2. So because we are adding a negative integer, we'll move to the left. We'll start from 5 and we'll move to the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and the answer is 2. Now let us take one more example. The question is minus 7 plus minus 5. Now both the integers are negative integers, minus 7 and minus 5, but we are adding. So when we are adding negative integer, we move to the left. So let us make a number line. So we'll start from minus 7. And it is written plus minus 5. We are adding a negative integer. So we are not supposed to move to the right because we are adding a negative integer. So what we'll do, we'll move to the left of the number line. How many times? 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we reached minus 2, minus 12. So the answer will be minus 12.
Next is adding integers using absolute value. Again, this can be divided into 2 parts. The first is same sign and then different sign. First, we will discuss about same sign. Add the absolute value and use the common sign. Absolute value means value of a number regardless of its sign. Like here it is written minus 6 plus minus 9. We will not consider minus and we will write the absolute value. It will be 6 plus 9. When we add 6 and 9, we get 15. After adding the absolute value, we have to use the common sign. The common sign in 6 and 9 is minus. The answer will be minus 15. Now, let us try some examples.
Just now we discussed about addition of integers, and we can use 2 ways. There are actually 2 cases. The one is same sign, the other is different sign. What and how to add when we have same sign in the numbers, and what to do when we have different signs in the number. So first we'll discuss about when there is same sign. For example, the question is minus 7 plus minus 2. Remember, we are not using number line here, we are simply solving the question. Minus 7 plus minus 2. You can see both the numbers have same sign, minus 7 and minus 2. So in this case, what we are supposed to do, as we discussed, the first step is we will add the absolute value. Now what is the absolute value? Absolute value is the numerical value of the number regardless of their sign. We are not supposed to see the sign. So what will be, let us write a rough, we'll solve in the rough side. You can see this is -7 and this is -2. First we'll write the absolute value. Absolute value of -7 is 7 and absolute value of -2 is 2. So according to the first step, we'll add the absolute value. So when we add the absolute value, we get 9. Then the second step we discussed was that we have to use the common sign. So what is the common sign in both the numbers? Common sign is minus. 7 is also having minus and 2 is also having minus. So we will put the minus sign with the answer, that is the common sign with the answer. So the answer will be -9, and when we solve it stepwise, it will be like -7 plus minus -2 and minus minus plus, the answer will be -9 because 7 is greater than 2 and 7 is having minus, so we'll put minus sign with the answer. And here this is the rough part. You can check like this also, because both the numbers are having same sign. So first we'll add the absolute value and we'll put the sign of the common sign which both the numbers are having. Let us take one more example. For example, the question is -8 plus -3. Again you can see both the numbers are having minus. So first we'll add the absolute value. We'll get 11. Then with the answer we'll put the common sign which is minus. You can solve and see now. -8 plus minus is minus. Then minus minus is plus. You'll get 11 because 8 is greater than 3. We'll put the sign of 8, that will -11. So both the sides you can see the answers are same. So this was the case when the signs are same.
Next is when the numbers have different sign. Subtract smaller absolute value from the greater absolute value and use the sign of the greater absolute value. So first we'll see the question. You can see both the numbers have different sign. 85 has minus sign whereas 48 has plus sign. So first we will subtract the smaller value from the greatest value, that is 85 minus 48, and we have to subtract the absolute value. Absolute value means the value of a number regardless of the sign. It will be 85 and 48. So first we have to subtract the smaller absolute value from the greater absolute value, and we subtract 85 and 48 and we get 37. After that we have to use the sign of the greater absolute value. The greater absolute value is 85. So the sign with 85 is minus, so we will write -37 as answer. Now again let us try some examples.
When the signs are different. Let us take an example. -40 plus 97. You can see both the signs are different. So in this case what we are supposed to do is, first we will subtract the smaller value from the greater value. Do not see the sign, simply you have to subtract the smaller value with the greater value. So the first step is we'll subtract the smaller value with the greater value, that is 97 minus 40, and the answer will be 57. So we got 57. After that the second step is we have to use the sign of the greater number. So which number is greater, 40 or 97? 97, and the sign with 97 is plus, so the answer will be plus 57, and plus is not required, we can simply write 57 as answer. Now let us take one more example of different sign. -97 plus 40. We have reversed the previous example. Now again what we'll do, because the signs are different, we'll subtract the smaller value with the greater value. So 97 minus 40 and you will get 57. Again we got 57, but this time the greater number 97 is having minus sign. So we will put minus with the answer. This is the only difference. In different sign, first you will subtract the smaller value with the greater value, and whatever answer you will get, you have to use the sign of the greater value, that is minus. So minus 57 will be the answer.